Yeah, because we started the 1 mark.
Right.
You just did it off the rip.
You the baby that shit.
I was late, I'm trying to get it rolling.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sophisticated Ignorance. I am Nieema Simone.
I'm
That's Steven. This is Vixon. We're all here.
Yo, I don't know what's
Yo,
going
I'm
on.
Niemes. This is Steven. This is Vixon. All right, yo, let's get into it. Like,
She just mentioned all 3 people and pointed across.
Well, you can see us all now because this is a whole new video setup. But
I love it.
yeah, it's dope. We're all together now.
But can they actually see my face in
They
this?
can see your
Or is
face.
the microphone blocking it? Some little
They
microphone.
can, no, they can see you. I can see
You
you.
good.
Yeah, you
You in
Gucci.
the cut.
Everyone is seen.
Alright.
You're visible.
All right.
Steven's back.
Steven is back.
It was only 1
Just
week.
in time for the last episode of the year, which everyone seems to be very excited about.
Cool.
I mean, I told some people that I'm about to record the last episode. They're like, oh my gosh, good luck.
Oh.
Yeah.
I guess y'all.
I guess.
Sure,
I don't know. I guess everyone's excited for the new year. I mean, I kind of feel normal and regular. I mean,
Clearly.
I'm partially excited.
I'm excited, not because it's like New Year, New Me, because we're not doing
yeah.
that ever again.
right.
It's just more like
But
I got some.
why say no to that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, no, I mean, I feel like because my nigga, I've been saying New Year, New Me for mad years. Like,
Yeah, but
I
you're
wanna
still
be-
a different version of
I want to
yourself.
be New Year, same me. But no, actually, it is kind of a new me. But I don't want it to be like that mantra that's like New Year, New Me, everything's awesome, and then like a couple of days later, I was like, all right, whatever.
You mean the cheesy version of everyone say New Year, New
Exactly.
Me because they got their feelings hurt the year before, so now they feel like you need to shit on everybody?
Correct.
Yeah, grow the fuck up.
Facts.
Sounds very specific.
Because that's usually what it is on social media when you see certain people say that. It's like, bitch.
Like
You
2020
were
is
still
about to
doing
be
the
my
fuck shit
year.
last year?
Yeah, like they make you not want to say New Year, New Me.
Right. 2020 is about to be my year, y'all. All
It's
right.
like-
All right, that one.
All
no,
right.
it's never been your year. It's never going to be your year.
2000 nothing was your
How
year.
about you just try to be lit for a second?
Exactly.
Take your time, slow and steady.
Relax. It's okay. Just because the clock's changing doesn't mean
Right.
reset.
Because if I go to bed, with a cold, I'm going to wake up in the New Year still with the
Exactly.
same.
Because
fucking-
all the fuck shit you did on December 31st,
Right.
it's gonna roll over into January 1st.
Baby, I got something spicy going down December 31st. Just pray for me, y'all.
I'm not.
Look at this girl.
No,
her
but I'm not.
Look at this girl. Her season finales. Come on, son.
You came in here, lower half dressed like Destiny's Child soldier, upper half Cardi. Like, nah,
you
there's
look like
no.
you look like you enrolled in ROTC in the Bronx.
I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that.
It's not a good thing. ROTC, the Bronx. These are all not great things. But you're coordinating, so
Yeah, I'm not
pop.
praying for you. You know exactly what you're subjecting yourself to. Just
Don't
make
even
sure
know
you.
what y'all don't even know something spicy is a good thing. You just automatically take it as a negative.
I'm not saying it's a negative, but I know how your life works. It's gonna be a story.
As it should be a story because it's going to be something nice.
Everything's a story.
Yeah, I'm making it sound like something negative.
Speaking of the word spicy, I think we have some words to get through.
Right, word of the week.
What's your word?
Shit, I don't know now. Steven threw me off. Or you go first.
What? I actually. All right, my word is fuck. My word is family. Wow, that's my whack.
You said it was family whack.
No, it's not families. Not families whack. It's just the words. Like, for Christmas, I was in Georgia visiting some of my family from my mom's side, which I don't get to do often. So that was dope. Yeah, just hung out in Georgia for a couple of days with the fam. My cousin's family has this big ass dog called Titan, and this 1-year-old puppy, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that shit, yo, like, it got some girth, strength.
What kind of dog is it?
It's like a French bulldog, mastodon. I don't know what the. That bit me in the sense of like, yo, I hate you, black man. It's more like I'm playing. I'm gonna put my teeth on you. I'm gonna put my paws on you. On some.
Did it?
Yo, that's when it jumped on me. I felt like I was being tackled. I felt like a referee was gonna call a yellow flag. Like, shit was nuts.
How did the Christmas go though?
Christmas was cool.
And everything.
I didn't really get any gifts like that, which is fine. I mean, a friend of mine just gave me a gift recently, which was cool. Some clothes.
Nice.
Which is something I didn't expect, but it was nice.
A female friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Stephen Miller.
All right. Slight hint of shade there.
No shade. I'm just like, cause I'm like, I don't think a dude would give you clothes.
Nah,
That'd be
I
weird.
have not received.
Oh, okay, you was just thinking out loud.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
gotcha. All right,
I'm like a dude. Yeah.
so.
Lazy. Like, I really have not done anything besides, like, visit my family for Christmas and exchange gifts. That was, I was just in the crib, like, not doing a damn thing.
How's
And it
mom?
felt good. It felt so
how's
good.
the parentals?
Everybody's good.
Good.
I mean, if you know Haitian families, they're good but not good.
They're good on the outside?
They gonna say they're good? They're just gonna say they're good. But
No, they don't even say that they're good.
They're good, but
They're good, but it's that whole, like, once you get to a certain age, well, not even to a certain age, it's like that whole thing of, like, everything they say is, like, Lord willing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what pops.
Yep. So it's like, fam, like,
come on.
I just asked you for, like, a glass of water.
Their whole life.
Willing, I'll have some water.
Right.
Yeah.
Lord willing, this shit will help you. Who knows?
That's all right.
But when you're living your life like every day's a toss-up, that's Lord willing, I get up today. Huh?
Two and a possible.
Yo.
Life should not be a game of spades. So.
I was thinking that just now.
That's
You
nuts.
said it.
I'm like, no, just relax.
Yeah, that's really how it is.
Oh goodness. My word is happy.
Okay.
That's nice.
I was happy.
You seem
Christmas was good.
okay.
As always.
Did the gentleman make a return for the holidays? For
No,
Christmas?
we didn't spend Christmas together. Last night was date night.
Ooh. Oh right, yes, we did. We did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Words.
It was
okay.
good. It was good. It was a good night. And,
Nothing came up.
Yeah, I'll tell you later.
All right. Damn, son. You know you got stories. All right. All fair.
We can get into that a little bit later on. But I was happy. My mom got a lot of gifts. Expensive ass gifts. So I know my birthday gift better be fucking fire. That's all I'm
I think I saw a Gucci bag somewhere in the stories.
Bruh.
Pacey is officially on a whole different.
Pacey is like, he's inspired by Steven. I swear, with his wardrobe.
Inspired?
Yeah. He's inspired.
I've yet to meet that
He's
dog.
inspired. No, I'm just saying.
What are you talking
inspired.
about?
Like, he has cute little shades. He got
But
six
who
pair
bought it?
shades. My sister.
Oh,
He
so
got
she's
six-
actually inspired by your sister.
6 pair shades.
No.
He got
Anybody
like
that knows Dottie just embodies wealth.
Pacey
he has
is
a,
sponsored by her sister.
he has a Cuban link chain for dogs. We got him some off-white stuff, Balenciaga stuff, a new car seat.
So is Pacey fluing anyone out
He
this
got
year? Like, where's
a
going on?
leather coat with a little fur.
Where's
Got
Pacey
him a
going
snowsuit.
with these threats?
Outside.
Where outside?
To the vet.
The vets?
To Jersey. I don't really take him around other dogs, because other dogs are dirty. So.
I have no words.
Where's Pacey on
And he
the
got a new
Forbes,
car seat. He got
on
a
the
new car
Forbes
seat.
500 list?
I don't know yet. I figured I never really thought about that.
Probably 30.
But he's my baby, so we spoil him.
I think Pacey's over Dame right now. Probably. That sounds about right.
But it was good. I got some nice bags and some nice clothes and stuff. So it was good. New bracelet.
That's fun.
That's
Nice.
nice.
Some money.
People love gifts.
Yeah.
I didn't get much gifts, but that's fine.
Same.
My gift was family and quality time.
That's nice.
All right. Can't wear
That's
quality time, I
nice.
guess.
But yeah, I had a good week. Work was cool too. I celebrated with my team. I bought them some champagne.
Oh,
bought Christmas
look at
Eve.
her
So
and her team.
probably New Year's Eve, I'll do something nice for them again. You know,
Look at you being Santa Claus.
I'm in a good mood. I'm happy.
Clearly. That's the word.
Yeah.
Well.
So I just want this to be a nice 2019 wrap up.
Mm.
Oh no, why? You said
No, I'm just saying, wrap up. Yeah, wrap it up.
All right.
Speaking of,
What?
Yo, what's next on the list?
next, we didn't even get to the list yet.
Oh well, now you're here.
We didn't even hit the list.
Yeah, you.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about the end of the...
We're talking about the end of, how did your 2019 go? Like, what did you learn in 2019? We talked about this on our date last night.
I learned a lot about myself this year. You know, I think this is a constant conversation with me right now. Being, I just call it aggressively single.
Yikes, that sounds bad.
No, I mean, not bad. Aggressive doesn't have to be bad. Just like...
Crazy. You shouldn't be doing anything aggressively.
No, I'm not...
Aggressively single.
it doesn't have to be aggressive, but it's just like, no.
Hey,
I mean,
I'm going based off of what you said. It's too late now.
all
You already
right,
threw it out there.
being this single for the first time in a very long time is making me discover a lot about myself and, you know, what I'm capable of.
Right.
As a single entity, you know, and it's dope.
Wait, question before you continue.
Yes.
You were single the whole year, or you just ended your relationship this year, right? Early this year.
Yeah, early this year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like immediately after that, and just kind of rolling into the rest of the year was just like, kind of just getting used to that, and all the nuances of what single is and what it's supposed to be and what it's not supposed to be, and all that stuff. And then outside of just being single, just kind of like the opportunities that are coming my way, just really learning to embrace those and being kinder to myself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I deserve too. I mean, I want to see other people around me like get what they deserve, but I realize, yeah, like I deserve some shit too.
Treat yourself better.
Yeah, just a little bit. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna take into 2020.
I like
do some more things for me for once.
I like that. I almost said your nickname, Steven.
What nickname?
Somebody recently picked up on that too.
You
I
got
was
a
like,
nickname
yo,
on
don't
this?
call me that.
So wait, so I get Mixie Vixie, but we can't call you by your nickname? This is crazy.
I like
Yeah.
Mixie Vixie.
So what's his nickname then, son?
I have to stop talking to him like a kid. He said,
Yeah,
so.
I hate that shit.
Oh, Pookie? What you
Whoa.
call you?
That's extremely
The fuck? Like, what is it?
Ew.
That's the first thing I
Imagine?
Nah, we wouldn't be cool.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be cool.
That show would be empty.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
yeah, that would be disturbing.
I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it's almost kind of funny enough. It's almost kind of the same thing with Vixon. Like, I think this year I learned like I'm kind of capable of achieving certain things. My thing is like being more determined and more disciplined, because I was able to do those things, but then either through procrastination or just laziness, I kind of just let shit just falter. So I was like, I learned like the things that I actually want to do, I can actually achieve, is actually stay focused. And then more so like, you know, like you do every year, of learning more about yourself in terms of your likes and dislikes, the kind of people that you keep around you, energy, just various things in general.
Nice. For me, 2019 started off kind of just in a panic as always.
Turbulence.
Pacey got sick, and I was thinking about that the other day. Like, so much happened in this year, but then the year also went by really fast.
Somewhat.
So when I sat back and I thought about it, I was just like, a lot happened for me personally.
Okay.
Pacey got really sick, and then everyone was just like the sweetest. So that's like a really big thing for me. We saved him, and then I lost a few relatives towards the end of the year, so I dealt with death. I learned that timing is everything, and then sometimes I have to just let shit just take its course. I'm like a big control freak, and I like to try to control everything.
What?
And this year taught me, shut up. This year taught me that I need to just fucking relax sometimes. Shut up.
You're just looking at the clock.
Yeah.
Like, I need to relax and not be so anxious and just enjoy the moment. Or moments. That's what I learned. And as far as being single, it's been cute. I dated a lot.
It's been cute.
It's been cute. I dated a lot. I got a chance to meet different kinds of people.
Cool.
And through those relationships that started and ended, it helped me learn things about myself, what I want, what I don't want. I learned how to pick up on a lot of red flags. But then it also taught me that every relationship is different and it starts differently. And it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing because it's not what you pictured it to be. It's probably just a different experience.
Yeah, and that's the same thing I kind of had to learn with me. Like, I mean, even the term dating, whatever, I have my own thoughts on that. But just the different people that have come into my circle since kind of just being single, and then seeing how people view me, like, has been really eye-opening. You know what I'm saying? Because I usually kind of deflect any type of attention when it comes to like if somebody props me up, it's cool. But I mean, I'm usually the one that's like propping somebody else up.
Right.
Like, I don't ask for any type of praise or whatever, depending on like if I help somebody or if I do something for them or whatever the case may be. I just kind of want people to win.
So you're learning how to accept it.
I'm learning how to accept
Same.
accolades. I'm learning how to accept compliments. I'm learning how to accept flexing. You know, like, I'm just learning how to say like, yeah, I'm that nigga. And it's okay to accept that, Because if other people see it, then why can't you?
Yeah.
Mhm.
My biggest quote for going into 2020 is like being a better friend to myself.
Oh, that's cute.
I need to be a better friend, a better partner to myself. I just need to, like, the same way I treat other people, like,
You
go
should
hard
treat
for them.
yourself.
I need to go hard for me.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
I need to go hard for me.
And even what Steven said, I have to be more disciplined in things that I want.
Word.
Especially with my time, it's like I try to do a billion things at once, and then I
Word.
crash, and then I still feel like I didn't get anything done. So I have to be a lot more disciplined and focused when it comes to business too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as you guys may or may not know, I do tend to get out a lot. You know.
Yeah.
Dare one to say mixy, but I think for me, I kind of have to channel that energy into something just a little bit more productive. You know what I'm saying? Like being out, I realize that I think my energy and essence of being out and about, I think it kind of stems from just the fact that probably just like back in the day, I never used to get out that much.
Mhm.
Now just I have the time and opportunity, like I want to be all over the place, which is cool, but I am going to learn to control that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a time to be like out and about, and there's other times to like have some time for me.
Yeah. And
I
I want
always-
to do the reverse. I want to be outside. I'm always at work.
I told
So I
you,
need to learn how
Mixie
to like.
manual.
No, I
I
don't want
got
the
you,
damn
son.
mixing manual.
Come on, son.
What?
It's a 10 chapter
Baby,
book
I
on
don't
how to
want
be properly
that's
mixy in these
crazy.
streets.
But you're not properly mixy.
Well, you know, I learned from my mistakes and I put it in a book. That's it.
But you repeat your mistake.
Well, don't follow me. Follow the book. Follow the
But
manual.
where are we getting the
Really
book from?
The book is pending.
Oh, but I need that manual.
Right. Whatever. Just pre-order it, so it'll be out sometime.
Definitely not. Definitely fucking
They
not.
have you out here fucked up.
Man, I just started getting good.
Right. End up in a ditch somewhere.
Baby, we don't need that. See,
Oh,
you
shit,
already don't want to hear the spicy story.
Oh shit! I overmixed. I mixed too much.
See, I had no problem hearing the spicy story. It's the funny thing. The funny shit is like the spicy story could have been avoided.
Word.
It's like, why would you even do that? You know what you are? You're like the Black Larry David.
I wish I knew who that was.
Oh baby,
I wish I knew who that was so I could be offended.
it's not great.
You never watch, well, obviously you never watch Curb Your Enthusiasm then.
No.
All right, let's translate this into Disney terms. You are like, what's like an accident-prone character in Disney?
Olaf from Frozen.
And there you
He's
have it.
cute. All right.
You're like a.
She's smiling too hard. She
You're like
didn't
a
get
Olaf.
it. Next.
Just get yourself into all types of trouble. And you don't have
Next.
to.
All right. Y'all been picking them since I got in here.
I mean,
What's a memory this past year that makes you smile when you think about it?
memory.
Put me on the spot.
Ooh.
A memory that makes me
Hot girl
smile.
summer.
Oh yeah.
We were out in the sun this summer.
Mine is
son.
cheesy.
Bruh.
Mine is cheesy. Remember, I don't know if y'all ever had it, but remember back in the day, like the local Pathmark or Key Food would have like the orange sherbet by the
Yeah.
bucket?
Yeah. The
For
birthday
some
party
reason,
ice cream.
Okay.
you can't find them shits anywhere.
Well, Steven, you was definitely texting me about that. I'm like, nigga, I don't know where that's at. BJ's.
Couldn't find that shit anywhere.
This
And
is
then
dope.
randomly, because at a previous employer, I know somebody that owns, like, this white lady, she owns, like, this conery business that
Uh-huh.
makes, like, ice cream cones, like red velvet.
Oh yeah,
like, a
I
whole
think
bunch
I
of-
know. It's somewhere in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I know
So
it.
I hit her up and was like, yo, if you ever hear of anybody selling, like, orange sherbet, let me know. So I figured she ain't gonna do that shit. Like, she owns a business. Like, she ain't gonna pay me no mind. So eventually one day I get a tag on Instagram, and so I think it's Milk and Cream Bar that's in
Mhm.
Soho.
Oh, I
Yeah.
never thought about that.
I've been to Milton.
Yeah, they were selling orange sherbet, but it was only for like a specific time,
Oh,
a limited
okay,
time.
okay.
Because I think it was like the 20-year anniversary of Space Jam or something.
Oh,
So that was
okay.
like one of the flavors.
That's
So
pretty
that
cool.
was
That's
like,
cute.
That's pretty cool.
because
I never even thought about them having it.
yeah,
Lots
because
of
I
food.
did like all the research and nobody in New York City sells it.
The
at
only
all.
time I see it is in the supermarket, and it's like it comes as an ice cream bar
Yeah,
now,
the ice,
but not
the
like
ice
Yeah.
that.
cream shits.
Yeah, that's
So
cute.
that was like a
Aw,
yeah, because it was like a nostalgic thing.
nice.
Look
What's
at
yours?
you.
You said it was a hot girl.
I mean,
Hot guy summer.
I've had some hot moments this summer.
I
I
feel
mean,
like I'm
I
gonna
feel
get
like
creeped
towards
out.
the end, when something I think about that makes me smile. I guess how I met this guy. That weekend was fun.
Oh, Everyday People.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
fun.
that
That
was
was
Wait, which one is that?
that was like
Current?
Which guy or
Yeah. Which
guy I'm talking about?
yeah.
The current.
The current one.
Oh, okay.
Woo,
I was about to
baby.
say something else.
First of all,
I knew what you were talking
That's
about.
why
I was
I asked.
like,
That's why I asked.
Oh, excuse me. That's what he's talking about.
got you. Oh,
Yeah.
other one. Oh, yeah.
That was not a part of the hot girl summer.
Yikes.
That started the little hot girl.
That was
end
the
of summer.
precursor.
No,
Yeah.
but that story is just funny altogether.
Oh,
Bruh, it gets even more funnier. I'll tell y'all off air.
I'm pretty sure we'll be all cackling.
Baby. So yeah, my friend's birthday weekend was fucking epic. I don't think we were sober for a whole 72 hours.
Good
Wow.
time.
Yeah, cause like we
I ain't
worked.
about that life.
Shout out to the
Friday
weather.
we worked. We went out, and then that Saturday was her birthday dinner. And the restaurant we went to allow you to drink and smoke. So some of us, smoke weed or
That's
whatever.
fine.
So we at the table eat, and it was just like a chill ass type of vibe. It reminded me of something from like one of those organized crime movies, when everybody's sitting around the table just eating good food and drinking,
Oh, okay.
smoking, like one of those.
Like,
It was
what?
Now
like
streaming on Netflix? I don't know what's going on.
it was like no, it just reminded me of that. And then we went out to a party the next day. We went to 2 clubs that night. After dinner, we went to a party the next day, and we was just. It was an epic time. It was like Disney World. But damn it, I did good last
How's
week.
it like Disney World? I don't.
For kids, it's like you go there and you're happy. You see different things that you like, that you want to touch, that you want to play with.
Got you. But this time around is like alcohol and getting lit.
It was just,
Never mind. I'm gonna let
a
it go.
fun weekend, and when I think about it, it makes me smile.
Nah, I'm just laughing because you said touch and play with.
That's exactly what I meant. That's why he's laughing. I meant it in that way.
Of course.
It's never changed, man.
Hey,
Never
look,
changed.
look,
You appreciate it.
You got your magic mountain on.
I did. I definitely did. It was fun.
Fucking Willy Wonka over here.
Oh, I hate
Ooh,
y'all
boy.
so much.
Yeah, what else about this year? I mean, was there any type of, I don't know if it's this on the list, but was there any type of like, I guess, news stories or whatever things,
Or like in pop culture?
pop culture that was kind of like, yo, this was a moment this year?
I feel like it was, but
Yeah, it probably was, but I probably don't care enough.
you're like, what
Like,
happened in pop culture?
There's so much shit that
Crazy.
happens. Yeah.
What can you think of?
Like, the biggest thing I could think of is not positive, so I don't even want to mention it.
Yeah,
Yikes.
nothing good. I mean, I guess
It wasn't a shit year pop culture wise. It was just,
It was a lot of monumental moments that was probably really good, but
Right.
because we're in December and that shit probably happened in February, I don't remember.
this is true.
Quiet
Oh, wait, I
for
think I had a
that.
list. Oh, no.
Quiet
I'm
for
gonna
that.
use
I
that.
think I had a list somewhere of stuff that was happening, but I can't remember.
Oh my goodness, y'all getting on my nerve. What's an important boundary you're gonna take into 2020? I took
I
that
ain't going
boundary.
outside.
I
spent way too much money.
as I
this
told somebody the other day, me and Money have like the situationship happening.
year. Wait, what? Run that by me again?
No, I said
Him
me and
Money
Money have a
Oh.
situationship. Very on and off again. You know,
Off and on.
more off and on.
Get the fuck.
We stay arguing, we stay fighting. Very abusive, but you know,
When we're good, we're good.
when we're good, we're good. When we not, baby.
Baby.
Hey, you think every time is worth it. Then
Word.
when the pending transactions go to complete it, it's
Exactly.
like, damn, what the
Listen.
fuck
Then
was
you're in
I
front of your
thinking?
friends holding your eye, like, yo, what happened? Yo, me and Money, we just got into a conversation. Man. It's fine. Let's just hit the door up.
Oh my God, Steven said he's not going outside.
Yeah, I just spent way
Outside
too much money.
is-
Way too much money.
It's a place where it's like, alright, yo, I need to be outside for the sake of getting somewhere. But if you like do things in between outside, that's when you fucked.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
I want to like
Like
look
that
at.
meme is real. Every time I step outside, I spend $100.
Listen, the other day I thought about it. Like, I've been outside for an hour and a half, and I just spent $125 on fucking what? It's ridiculous.
What I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna
Ridiculous.
really try to, and I urge all of you to take this challenge with me. I'm gonna have a $100 weekly challenge, where I'm gonna budget myself $100 for the week, and that's it. Like,
That includes transportation.
I mean, well, yeah, I was gonna have to factor that in somehow, some way.
I need a.
But like,
increase.
I mean, but the thing is, I'm gonna start buying monthly metros because I can't do with this weekly shit.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
But outside of that, I'm talking about like probably $100 cash in the wallet, and that's my spending. And anything beyond that, fuck it.
I can do that. Well, I make tips, so like.
I mean, because average work week, I'm at work at home, work home. I mean, if I go out anywhere else, that's just extra. But
Yeah.
I shouldn't be spending mad bread between work and home.
That's very true.
This is accurate.
That's very true. And I feel like I usually end up spending money when I go out after work. And that's the only time I really have time to actually go out and go anywhere. It's like a Friday or Saturday. And then it's like...
Right. Now, weekends-wise, that gets a little dicey. That's when the swipe.
That's when shit goes
I just swiped this weekend, son.
Oh, my God.
I'm tired.
That's why I'm staying home all 2020.
And your boundary is staying home? What boundary am I taking into?
Outside of money, boundary-wise, I think, as we talked about last episode, being more honest and transparent and working on what that is. You know what I'm saying? Work in progress. I think I'm getting there. I'm being more aware of the things I could be. And, it depends on who you're being honest with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and how honest you want to be with them.
Correct.
And how you, what part of your life you want them in. I guess that determines with how honest you want to be with them. Like, if you don't care so much or anything, then how honest should you be?
Well, right. I mean, recently I've had people that have told me, like, yeah, I want to get to know you more. And that's great. But to what means? Like, what?
And I'm the rude one.
No, that's not, no, that's not a rude thing. But I'm saying, like, obviously there's intention with that. You know what I'm saying? If random homeboys like, yo, I want to get to know you more, you would probably think, but for why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
if you just want to genuinely do it, just genuinely do it without stating it. If you state it, then clearly
there's an intention.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
Okay.
And even with that intention, is like, what is the purpose?
What's your motive?
Right. Do you want to get to know me more just because you like me, period, or you want to get to know me more because you want to like see something there for me, or you just want to get to know me because you got time to get to know somebody? You know what I'm saying? So there's different levels to that. So in that regard, it's like, all right, I'm all about being an open book. That's fine. But I wouldn't want my level of like exposing myself more or less to mean something to somebody else. Where it's like, oh, all right, I'm sharing myself with this person. I'm telling certain things about me to this person. Now they're gonna think, oh, okay, well, this person's opening up to me. That means
they like. They like me?
There might be something more there. I mean, if they like me, that's fine. But I'm saying, like, all right, me opening up to them means, like, all right, we're working towards something.
No, that's when you have to be very
transparent.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And direct with what you say. Like, people like, Nieema, we should go get drinks. Cool, we can, but it's not a date. I want you to know it's not a date.
And this is why I don't like that word date. I don't like the word date because it's so broad and so open. It means so many different shit.
No, it don't. A date is a date. Like the fuck.
No,
I think when people start trying to attach different meanings and stuff onto a word that just means one thing, that's when it gets mixy, and that's when it gets complicated for no reason. A date is a date.
Right.
You're going on a date because you like somebody, you want to get to know them.
Correct.
That's why I say, yeah, we can go out for drinks, but it's not a date. We're going out as friends. Cool.
But what I'm saying in scenarios where it's like, all right, if you're not going out as friends, and y'all just pretty much fuck buddies, and y'all just
so y'all should be going outside. Y'all should put that in the contract.
What contract?
Make one. If you make one, you wouldn't have these questions.
Well, I don't have.
Or be confused.
But I'm saying most people, it's like, all right, if I'm just going out to grab a bite because I'm hungry with another person of the opposite sex, that's not a date. That's just I want to get something to eat.
Right.
You hungry? But from the outside, someone's gonna say, "Oh, y'all dating? No, we ain't dating."
Who on the outside gonna say that?
Niggas.
No, fuck that.
I mean, it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to me about them.
Me and
but
Steven go out and grab a bite to eat. We go out to grab a bite.
Right.
We just going out to eat.
Correct. But I'm saying.
Because you fucked her, that's why.
Excuse me?
That's why you keep their asses in the crib. You don't go out. You hungry, you can order Chinese food.
You don't see the point.
No, I'm just trying to help you out.
In the words of Future, chicken wings and French fries.
We don't go on dates. What the fuck?
Now I'm hungry. Good job.
Me too. I haven't eaten since yesterday. I just had liquor.
Good stuff.
I haven't thought about the boundary I'm taking in is being more cautious with who I let into my life. Yeah.
Okay.
That boundary.
Kind of similar to what I was just talking about. And this is someone getting to know you or whatever.
No, not even that. Just straight up not allowing certain people in my space. Okay. Not about getting to know me. It's just
your dog is quiet for you.
Yeah, like I don't want you around me. I have to be physically. More. Yeah. Okay. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. I have to be more cautious. That's a boundary, and I'm slowly letting people in piece by piece.
Blocking people in real life.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
Blocking people in real life.
Facts.
I don't think I have any boundaries because I'm pretty good in terms of like selecting what kind of people I allow around me.
It could be small boundaries. I mean,
boundaries for yourself, not just for other people.
for the people, yeah. I just feel like that's one of the things I need to get better at. Because I'm very open, like, yeah, sure, come on, everybody, let's hang out. And then it's like you feel depleted and drained. Not because the person is negative, it's just like, you're not feeding me anything. Like, you're not feeding my spirit. So,
yeah, I don't want any one-way transactions when it comes to relationships like that.
Yeah.
So there has to be some type of mutual benefit, whether it's physical, emotional, support, whatever the case would be. It can't just be one-sided.
Yeah. Even work boundaries I have. Once I leave work, the boundary is do not call or text me about anything that deals with work once I clock out. That's a boundary that I also have. So it's like little things like that.
Oh yeah, don't message me outside of work. Don't do that.
People was calling me, texting me on Christmas. I'm not clocked in. I didn't see anything.
Yo, deadass, I was off last week or whatever the case would be, and I had a coworker messaging me about some bullshit.
Don't
like,
respond.
you should come into the office to blah blah.
Don't respond. I do not respond. That's my boundary.
I'm off. Oh, yeah. Leave me alone. I'm not coming into the office. For what?
Actually,
for why?
I didn't even see the text message. It didn't even come to my phone because I was off.
I personally should have never responded, but it was just like, you are real brazy right now, and I need to let you know about yourself. I'm not coming in. Have a good year.
Don't have a good year.
Or nah. I could have said or nah, whatever. But the point is, I'm not coming in on my day off. Are you nuts?
Or you should just send them that gift of that dude who just closed the flip phone with the disgusted look on his face.
Oh,
damn it! Now I gotta look for that
good old
word.
fucking
That's gonna
memes.
be a fucking move. Just click.
Yeah, I'm gonna start talking to memes because that should be.
It makes sense.
It just
it's
gets
very
the point
effective.
across.
It's extremely effective.
And if you don't get it, well, get off your phone.
You're welcome.
There you go.
Or you're welcome. Either way.
What have you outgrown in 2019?
Outgrown?
What I've outgrown is probably being a little bit too analytical when it comes to people that I would consider to date. Like, if I had like a certain deal breaker, I'd be like, okay, I can't fault this person. For example, women with kids. Like, there was a point where I was like, no, I cannot date women with children. But somebody came along, great individual, and I was like, I felt shitty. It was like, why am I like not giving this person an opportunity just because they have a child?
Right.
But after that experience, it was like, that's just not something I could do moving forward. So that's probably something that I learned of like, okay, I tried it, thought it was something that could have been different, and it didn't work out. So
it was fun for a while. And
yeah, so that's one.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Sucks.
Sure. That just sounds rude. So okay.
No,
it is what it is.
Yeah. I've outgrown feeling bad about hurting people's feelings. Because Steven always tell me, you know, you can't be nice all the time.
But you aren't nice all the time.
I am. I'm too nice when I probably shouldn't be. I'll say that.
It's not even a nice thing. It's like there's certain things that could be avoided, and things don't get avoided because they don't just wanna. Because I know somebody else that's going through that has dealt with like the same situation of like niggas just popping out the woodworks after they made it clear of like, look, there's nothing going on, there's never gonna be an us or whatever. And so a lot of women feel as though like they don't want to come off as the bitch per se,
right? No,
so they'll say no, but not a hard no. Like they'll word it in a way of like, oh look, I'm not ready to date right now and things of that nature.
Right.
So that's a no in their head, but to the nigga it's like, okay, well, you ain't ready now, but eventually you're going to be ready in the future.
Exactly. There's some wiggle room there.
Yeah, so it's just being more clear about what it is when it comes to other people.
More assertive?
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't even talking about that,
but it falls within that
category.
That's
a good point to have.
That falls in, I think I'm very open and honest about how I feel. It's just that I don't think, like you said, I think it's my delivery. Because I could just be like, I told somebody before, I'm not interested in you like that no more. My feelings aren't the same. And I don't think we're ever going to work out. I don't want to date you anymore. It's fine. And we can be cool if we don't want to. That's fine as well. But I don't see anything happening between us. This nigga, I said that and he does not get it. He's like, so can we go out? No.
Your words don't compute to me.
Like, what the fuck I got to do?
See, but where you fucked up at is you said we should still be cool.
If not, okay.
you see where you left the door a little open?
I see where I left the door open at.
Right,
see?
right.
There.
What you need to do is slam the door, lock it.
Because he made his effort to pursue you romantically. There's no reason for him to remain friends after that.
Right.
It'd be weird for y'all to be friends after that.
You expected somebody to be rational. You gotta understand.
You know,
there's a bunch of Joes from you walking out here.
That's
keep in
where
mind,
I mess up at, because
right.
for me, being cool is like not having no bad blood. Like, you can say hello, hi, like that, but
right.
we don't need to hang out. So in that space, that's what I meant. I guess he thought I meant like we can still hang out, and I just meant like no bad blood.
Right.
So I have to be more.
But the intention wasn't to be your friend.
Right.
It was to be more. So he's not gonna
Right.
want to go back to like being chill with you.
Right. So yeah, that makes sense. I have to be more direct and assertive.
Yeah. And hey, the block button.
And not
always
what they say, not pussyfoot around it. Can't
Ooh.
pussyfoot.
Passive aggressive.
Good old pussyfooting. Yeah.
Can't do
Stop
that.
the pussyfooting.
Yeah, that sounds gross. I know she
Yeah,
said
stop
so many
repeating
times.
it.
She said
Yeah,
it
stop
already.
repeating it.
Really gross. Really gross.
There's some piece be smelling like.
What
stuff.
can you thank yourself for? this
Thank
year?
myself.
Yeah.
Thank myself.
Yeah, these questions are kind of hard.
I was looking at them and I was reading it like, these are some good fucking questions. You should probably ask yourself sometimes. We don't thank ourselves enough
Everything.
for the things that we do.
Everything in general.
I want to thank myself for therapy.
Nice, that's a good one.
I realized that therapy was really important for me this year. I want to thank myself for like taking that step, because I think granted it came out of like tragedy, but I think if I never decided to pursue it, that I still would have been kind of really fucked up in the game, and not know enough about myself that I do now, and not like be on this pursuit of like honesty with myself and others. So yeah, I want to thank myself for therapy.
Nice. I want to thank myself for being more kind to myself and
It's important.
and celebrating the little things that I did this year. And I want to thank myself for being a lot stronger and realizing that I'm actually a strong ass person. I never really thought about that before I realized it until this year. I'm like, God, bitch.
You out here doing it?
All right.
Doing the damn thing?
Schmidt,
Not,
baby.
you're
You
not
strong
doing
as
too
hell.
bad out here.
Strong, independent black woman.
Facts.
I did good. So I thank myself for being good to myself this year.
Good shit. What
I
else you
think,
stupid?
thank myself for everything.
Typical Aquarius shit. I'm
But
awesome.
nah, seriously,
Now-
because when I look back
You
on the
too.
year, like, I hit my 1 year anniversary at my current job, and there were people that didn't make it,
Dope.
which is kind of crazy working in a tech company, in the role that I have. Thank myself for, just being a better person and continuously growing, learning more about myself, learning about the things that I dislike, learning about the things that I want to pursue moving forward, and just have a better understanding of who I am. Because I think we get so caught up with work, we get so caught up with family, friends, and other shit, social media, you kind of sometimes get lost. So I think staying the course is probably something that I want to thank myself for.
I like that.
You know what we also did this year? We hit 3 years on this podcast.
We definitely
We
Yeah,
should thank ourselves
podcasting.
for
Yeah, that's why I said like everything, because it's like work, podcasting, friendships, relationships.
Romantic relationships.
Yeah, like
that we've been
Otherwise.
through.
yeah. You really should thank yourself for everything, because unfortunately there's some people that didn't make it to the end of the year,
Yeah, man.
and there's definitely people that's in a way worse position than you are in. So.
Some people.
Way worse.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody could be way worse. I mean, it's.
Yeah, but
It's
I
always
meant
gonna be
more
that way.
so like people that had a solid foundation and they kind of like threw it away.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah, because we all know some people that's like, yo, why the fuck would you even do what you just did? And now look at you, out here fucked up.
Yikes.
Be safe,
Double
though,
yikes.
beloved.
Who is one person you can thank this year? If you could think of one person that you would like to say thank you to this year.
Thank you.
Yeah. So who in your life deserves the biggest thank you for this year?
That's an
Honestly,
interesting question.
You gonna
Probably
say
my-
myself?
no.
No.
My coworkers. Cause normally, normally I just go to work to just work and just call it a day. But the batch of coworkers that I have, the specific, and y'all seen the pictures if you follow my Instagram from the holiday party.
Mm-hmm.
That specific group of people, like, for how whitewashed our company is, to actually have a
Talk
group
about it.
of people that you could actually get along with on a cultural level and make it almost forget that you're at work through Slack. I appreciate them for that. Like, even myself being a fucking introvert, there were plenty of Fridays that I stuck around for happy hour and didn't fucking
that
go
made me
home
happy.
and then fucking go home to like 1-2 o'clock in the morning because we were just all in the office talking shit about whatever. So I appreciate that from that.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing. Also, I mean, I'm gonna thank my therapist first and foremost. She was a real one. She helped me out, and then, damn, I got a list of thank yous then. Now I'm thinking about it.
One, my
Damn,
guy.
one.
One
You already
guy.
thanked the therapist. All right,
Oh,
moving
right.
on.
My we can come back to you.
All right,
Absolutely.
no,
Go
okay.
ahead.
Well, the same thing with Steven in the sense of like my coworkers at work, but definitely my therapist. That's the main things.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, without her, I feel like once again, like I needed that person as a guide to like kind of help me figure my own shit out because I tend to overthink, and I'm working on. Oh yeah, I big overthink. I'm trying my best to not do so as much, and kind of just let things be as they are. So similar to Nieema, you know, sometimes I am in my head all the time, and I have to thank her for kind of being my mental guide to kind of unravel all the things that were going on in my brain and kind of making sense of it and making me realize like, yeah, I'm deserving of much more.
Nice.
So
One person that deserves the biggest thank you.
I already know.
My sister.
oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
I know it.
We are super tight. I don't think people understand how tight we are.
Oh, we
how overprotective we are of each other. Because of how we grew up and stuff like that. So we're very sensitive when people talk about us or whatever the case may be. But she's fucking dope. My sister's dope, and
She's a menace.
she's been through a lot this year too. I mean, like changes like moving and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and her moving affected both of us kind of, and we had to learn how to operate outside of each other, which was new, and it was strange because even I don't have any kids, but my sister's like my daughter in a sense. So it was weird, like being like, oh, you gotta go, do your thing. I'ma hold it down on this side. But it's time for you to like grow and do your own thing. It's just like, I miss my sister. So we still go through that. But she has helped me to not feel guilty about wanting to take care of myself and myself only.
Right.
She made me feel a lot better with just concentrating on my own personal goals and not being so worried about taking care of everybody else around me and my family. So she made me feel confident and not bad about that. And my friends, of course. Like I have a solid group of friends around me now, and we're all creatives, and we all push each other to be as creative and as messy and all over the place as we can be in our own like personal endeavors.
Alright. Well,
So, yeah,
like Mr. Frizzle says, make mistakes.
make
Get
mistakes.
messy.
Yeah,
All that stuff.
it's cool. It's cool. It's been a crazy year, but it's also been a good year. So I have no complaints whatsoever. What's one thing you want to take from this year negatively that you want to change in 2020? And this is a new decade. I didn't even think about that.
Well, technically 2021.
Yeah.
A negative thing that I want to change for the new year.
Yeah, because I feel like it's always one thing we repeat over and over again because it's just.
It'll be a few for me. Lack of discipline and procrastination. Like those are two things that I had big issues with. Because I'll stay on course of like saving money, and then I'll like blow a little bit of the money, save some more, then blow a little bit more. So just staying disciplined on that, and then procrastinating. Because there've been plenty of situations, whether it was work related, podcast related, personal stuff that I need to just get done. And if you get it done, but I'm just chilling in the crib, not doing shit, as opposed to just getting it out the way.
Yeah, adjusting it like immediately instead of like, all right, I can save that for another time. Or
Yeah,
right. I'm doing that shit right now.
treat everything like a priority, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like top priority, not like, all right, this is a list of shit to do and I'll get to it. Like everything, like treat everything with urgency.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like aggressively tackle those things.
Yeah, but it's not aggressively dating.
All right.
Aggressively single.
Well, I'm talking about like on some. You know what I'm saying?
What's the next question?
Hold on, we didn't even answer this question. No,
growling on air. What's wrong with you, beast?
Oh shit. One negative thing I think for me, I think once again the overthinking. You know, I don't like to overthink, and I know when I'm doing it because it's very obvious. Because I start like rambling and thinking about all these crazy different alternatives and stuff, and I just want to let things be. You know what I'm saying? Like life is as simple as you make it, and that's one of the things I've learned this year. And I think if I just keep with that mantra, instead of like kind of like second guessing myself and like going back and forth and trying to think of multiple answers, I should just be on some, yeah, the choice I made is the choice I made, and be confident that it's going to work out. And not, as I said, second guess myself.
A negative thing I want to get rid of going into 2020 is, I'm trying to figure out how to word this properly. Letting go of the need to constantly be in control.
Letting go of control.
Yeah, I want to be a lot more free with my feelings, and the feeling the need to control everything around me when it comes to dealing with feelings and emotions. I'm really horrible at being free in that sense.
Well, I think that's what causes a lot of people's stress, because
Yeah.
we try so hard to control the things that are beyond our control, and we get mad when we can't do anything about it.
Right.
And I think that's why I'm personally like mad chill these days, because like I try to filter out the things that I have control over and don't have control over, and I realize that the shit I don't have control over, all right, fuck it. What can I do about it?
Right.
It's above me now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just like I guess I've just been so much more chill these days, and I'm so happy about it.
Right.
I'm not as high strung. I'm not like I'm running around frantic. Like everything's gonna be alright.
What do you want to be a student of in 2020?
Student of? I ain't going back to school. Next.
Meditation. I want to get into that. Anything revolving my mental and physical health. That's the big things that I'm focusing on for the new year. And also financial literacy as well. I'm going to reach out to Raquel that we had on the show, Australian, who works at Wall Street.
Gotcha.
Yeah, really going to focus on working on my financial literacy, and then things that's going to benefit my mental and physical health. Because, you know, we all, for the most part, look like we in our 20s, but 40 is literally right at the door.
Literally.
So, talk about it.
Literally.
So, while I'm not in a fucked up situation, I want to just be in a way better situation.
Yeah, facts.
I like that.
We should definitely start setting ourselves up for the near future, because it's nearer than we think.
Financial literacy is something that I think we all can get on at this point.
Right.
That's something I definitely think about more. I've been getting better, but it's like I can always do a whole lot better. Definitely.
Yeah. I think for me, I mean, outside of the financial stuff, I think for me it's just more, when it comes to my entrepreneurial stuff, being more disciplined about that. I've been, I mean, in the sense of like just videography and freelance, I've been doing it for a while. I feel like I've just been winging it. And it's just like, that's well and good and all, but I mean, at some point I would like to go full-time freelance for myself. Because I have the opportunity to, and I'm in a very specific place where that's possible. And the only way that's gonna work out is if I be like more serious about like my business in a sense. You know what I mean? Like as I said before things would just kind of fall into place. I'll just work it out as they come, kind of juggle all these things. But I want to be more disciplined in that regard. In the sense of discipline, I want to be more disciplined about my business, and because I already know I'm talented, but it's a matter of treating my business as importantly as I would anything else, and people seeing that. You know what I mean?
I have to do that as well. I definitely have to do that as well. Be more strategic with my business and get it all together.
Right.
Because I'm really good at the shit that I do. I can do a lot of different things. I just have to stick it out and go harder, I guess. Go harder and rebrand. Because the way I'm used to doing business is just not how people do business these days. So I need to find a different route.
Be smarter.
Yeah.
About it.
That's it. And I want a lot of money at the end of the day.
Who doesn't?
Lots of it.
By show of hands.
Show of hands, Steven. Steven's hands is being weighed down by all the gold.
If anything, it's touching the floor.
What's one
I
thing?
want money, but I'm not crazy about it.
No, but I want to be comfortable.
I ain't trying to be a millionaire, but
No.
I just want
comfortable.
I just want to be comfortable, and I want to realize like my talents are being rewarded or being compensated. I want to be compensated properly.
There we go.
I want to be compensated fairly and properly for my work.
Right.
Because I know what I have to offer.
Right.
You know
That
what
part.
I'm saying? And I just want to be paid my worth.
That part. That's what I mean when I say I want my money.
Yeah.
Got you.
That's what I want.
Cool.
Because I'm good right now.
Yeah, we pretty Gucci.
Yeah. Way better. Shit.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking the other day I used to eat spaghetti sandwiches.
Alright,
think
that is something that I've never
Right?
encountered before.
That's some people listening might could relate to that. Fucking spaghetti sandwiches.
Sauce or no sauce?
So it's everything.
Nice.
Put the shit on a slice of bread, you fold it like a hot dog, and you eat it.
Okay.
How
Good
you
times.
see?
That's cool.
When I think
Different.
about certain things, like I'm 32 now, I think about shit that I experienced when I was like 7, 8 years old. It's like, yo, this shit's crazy.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, dope. Really, really dope. What's one thing you've outgrown this year?
Out.
I feel
Outgrown.
like you asked that before.
I did? Did we even answer it?
This sounds familiar.
I think I asked it a different way.
Yeah.
I don't think I asked that one. But have you outgrown anything? People, situation.
I don't know.
Bullshit? I've outgrown the bullshit? I don't know. That's a generic
I don't know.
answer. Throw a hashtag on it.
John must have been low for
You
me this
said
year.
throw a hashtag on it.
Outgrow the bullshit 2020? I don't know.
Outgrown. What have I outgrown? I don't know.
I mean, there's only specific things that have happened to me this year, so it's like...
I've outgrown, to a certain extent, trying to be in environments that I know do not cater my personality. Because I tried a little bit of that this year.
And it just didn't work.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I'm not good at networking events. I don't want to be in any of them. Like, I don't care for trying to be buddy-buddy with people that
I don't care.
I really don't care about. And motherfuckers that's mad fraudulent, because I know the truth about who they are behind the scenes. So
and I
it's
think
like,
that's something that we probably both struggle with. Like, nowadays,
I'm
I
good.
just don't want to be around certain people. I don't want to. I don't
I'm
care.
good. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you.
Cool.
If I don't,
Cool.
But you know what you two need? The mixing manual coming soon.
Fuck that
No, I'm joking.
manual.
I'm joking.
I don't know what he's talking about right now.
Baby.
What's the next question?
Oh my
Coming to
God.
the merch store. No, I'm joking. Yeah.
The mixing man.
When you text that.
I just find it funny now. It's hilarious to me.
It was Bianca that brought it up.
Oh
Because
my
I think
God.
she finished listening to the episode before I got a chance to tune in.
No, let me see. Outgrow. I feel like I've outgrown. Damn, that's a very interesting question. Like, I've outgrown, like, just a level of, like, I guess, being more I've outgrown lack of responsibility. Like, I realized that I am responsible for a lot more than I take myself for granted.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, before I used to just kind of like, if things didn't pertain to me or whatever, or whatever the case would be, I'd just be like, alright, that ain't got nothing to do with me. But now I think I'm taking like more of the reins on things than just letting things happen. Just because it's either has nothing to do with me or not my business. Yeah, I'm taking more ownership of certain things in my life and addressing it as such. So,
Okay.
yeah, outgrown just kind of like the passe part of, well, whatever. You know, just taking more charge.
So, here's advice that someone gave me for 2020. And then it was weird because I actually seen it on these screenshots. Set a goal for the new year that excites you and one that scares you. And I guess the one that scares you would be something that you probably want to do, but you don't know how to do it, or you might be afraid to do it. But set those two goals and accomplish them in the new year. No set time, just the next 300 or whatever days.
So one goal that will excite you and one goal that scares you.
Yeah. You don't have to say it, but set that goal.
Oh.
I mean,
because you wasn't listening to what I said. I said the person gave me the advice of setting a goal when that excites you and when that scares you. So that's the advice for 2020, going into the new year.
So you haven't done that
Do
yet?
both.
I mean, I'll share mine.
Okay.
Well,
I mean,
it doesn't necessarily scare me, but I know it's a hurdle. Is moving into a new place because rent in New York City is fucking expensive. So.
No, that's good. Sorry.
So.
Garbage.
Wait, yeah.
Basura. I just definitely said a Spanish word.
Work.
But,
Work.
Yeah, cause one, rent is fucking expensive. Two, you're probably not gonna, cause lucky enough, the situation I'm in, everything is all included. So definitely not finding that nowhere. So that means I'm gonna have to pay utilities for like the first time in
Spooky vibes.
God knows how long.
Yuck.
Yeah,
The word is
Yuck.
yeah. So the first time in like almost 4 or 5 years, and then over the years I've kind of like developed a little bit of a taste for like interior decorating. So I know like all the shit I want is gonna be like OD expensive. So that housewarming party. If I get a new place in 2020, housewarming party ain't gonna be here till like 2025.
Right.
oh Lord.
Cause
The house party is
But
hosted by
you
Cash
can
App.
be really good at interior decorating, but it doesn't have to be expensive either.
that part.
Word.
But I think it's more so the scary aspect of it is saving up all that fucking money
that is
to
true.
get the place.
For a fucking bedroom set,
Because you gotta get the first month, then renter's fee if you don't find the place. If you get a broker, then you got most places want last security or last.
Yeah.
Well, I heard some shit is illegal now. Like they're not supposed to ask
It's for a fee.
No, they're not. Like landlords aren't supposed to ask for first. Last.
No, I think brokers are not supposed to ask for the total amount of your rent
Some shit like that.
as their fee.
I read an article some time ago where it's
Yeah,
like,
I think it's that.
yeah,
So like if your rent is
sketchy.
so if your rent is like $1,500, a broker in the past would be able to charge you $1,500 for finding the place, and I think now that's illegal.
right.
So they can still charge you, but they can't charge you your total amount
I
for
did
your rent.
see some like a poster or something.
But
like,
the shit that blew
they
my
shouldn't
mind was
charge
like
you.
years ago, somebody told me New York is the only state where brokers actually charge you.
Right, I was getting ready to say that.
So
You're not
that's
supposed
probably
to.
the law.
Strange. Yeah.
Cause ain't that their job already to help you find a place?
Yeah, but that's probably like their commission.
But I also heard some shit about how landlords shouldn't be charging you for last month's.
Yeah, cause bitch,
Right.
I ain't live there last
Exactly.
month. The fuck?
Yeah, like that part is illegal. Like, you should only be
Bitch, I ain't live
paying
there.
for the 1 month and security, not last month, first month and security.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a place ask for all.
No,
Yeah,
mad
but
places
that's
have asked for that shit.
I need last month's and first month's rent plus a
It's like,
security
no,
deposit. I ain't
just-
live there last
I just found this yesterday.
Bitch.
What does last month have to do with me?
Right.
They should make a law where
I can see security.
they
in
should
first
make a
month.
law where
Right.
third parties are responsible for renting out the place, because a lot of these motherfucking landlords are racist as fuck. Because I remember an ex of mine was trying to move out, and she had to get another person to be the person to actually view the apartment, because the landlord would basically act as if he didn't want to sell it to black people.
Well, that should be a problem for management, technically, but or the housing board. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know who to talk to about that.
So
as well.
she had to have someone else go in and look at the apartment because
Because the person already had a relationship with the landlord prior.
right.
So he would have been more likely to sell it to that individual as opposed to selling it to her.
To
But she's
somebody
black.
else.
Well, the other person was black as well, but you know that whole stick, because he would make like certain comments of like, oh, I don't want a young person here. I don't want a person.
I've had
in
that
the
issue.
Yeah, you
party.
know how they kind of cover that shit up.
Yeah.
It's like,
How
that's not
old I
what-
gotta fucking be? 45? Because some people be like, oh, you know.
But you never hear
You
those.
have a
You never
boyfriend?
hear that commentary directed to white people that's trying to rent out. It's
Absolutely.
always to
To black.
people of color.
Yeah, it had to
Yeah.
happen to me. Like, do you have a boyfriend? So, like, what time do you come home at night? What the fuck?
Yeah, we don't like loud noises around here. Fuck off.
Motherfuckers be
Shut
We
doing-
up.
gonna be fucking. I
Motherfuckers
don't
be
want loud
right.
noise.
on meth in the hallway,
Right.
but want to question me because I want to fucking play Jay-Z late.
Right, my nigga, make this shit soundproof or not. Anyway, fuck out of here. as long as I'm paying my rent.
But yeah, that's
Right.
probably like that's like a goal of mine that's like somewhat scary because it's gonna require a lot of discipline for me to like save up all that money.
Right.
And then to actually find a place that one is in a safe neighborhood, is by transit,
Convenient.
and has convenient things around.
Because you got to pay for convenience these days.
I mean, the way gentrification is set up, every place is about to be somewhat safer than usual.
Yeah, but price range
Right.
also.
Exactly.
Right.
'Cause at this juncture, I could probably only afford
2 racks.
Harlem. I'm not gonna put a number out there. Harlem. Well, parts of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't
Harlem be
know
wildin'.
what's
They
uptown.
really be wildin'.
Yeah, Harlem be on
Yeah.
some real shit.
Because I ain't going that far uptown. So yeah, probably the lower part of Harlem, and maybe like specific parts of Brooklyn.
Fair.
Everywhere else is just out of my price range right now.
Facts.
So I would be forced to have a roommate,
We're
which
gonna be neighbors.
Yuck.
no thanks.
Won't be like Seinfeld. It's not going to be a friend situation, I'll tell
That's
you
the
that
thing.
much.
I don't want to have a roommate either.
Because people
Yeah,
are.
I'm
people.
good on that.
No, not even. It's like me and my dog. Like
Yeah, it's
some people don't like
little-
animals, or he don't really like certain people.
Or I
and it's
just
like-
don't fucking want you there.
Yeah,
Right.
like I want my space. I want quiet.
Go
Not that I don't
away.
have that now. Like I'm really quiet into
Right.
myself. The older I get, the more peace I want in my life.
Like, I love my family, but when I go over there, I get annoyed so quick. Because it's
Bruh.
like, yo, y'all don't be talking about shit.
And y'all want me here.
And y'all loud.
Yes. Oh, baby.
Like,
bunch of
y'all all
loud
in the
nothing-
same room.
bunch of
Why
loud
are
nothing.
yelling at each other?
Like, y'all all in the same room. And then my grandmother would joke, like, oh, you know, y'all too loud. You know, Steven don't like that shit. It's like, y'all, but you're not going to stop.
Yeah,
So,
right.
what's the...
That's even me at work. I turn around slowly, like the fucking music is on and y'all yelling. So y'all want me to turn the music down? Y'all gonna shut up because y'all need to be yelling right now.
Oh, I just put on my headphones at work to block out the white noise. I like to call it.
Get it.
I do that sometimes.
There's a lot of white noise at my job. and
Yeah, I do that sometimes, too.
I am tired.
Yeah.
Because I remember...
No, thank you.
I remember one time I took off my headphones to do something, or I just took off my headphones because I had them on all day.
First mistake.
And then this dude was talking to another coworker, and he was trying to reenact the Rashid Thurman Def Jam comedy sketch,
Oh.
and it was like, bro,
Put my
what the
headphones
fuck are you
right
doing?
back
Like,
fucking
you're
up.
a 6 foot tall white
Right.
man who kind of like tries to act kind of black. So,
And those are the parts when I try to tell. This is the
so
part
now
where-
it kind of looks weird.
right. It's
Like-
it's already weird doing that right at that moment.
Yeah, like,
At work.
why are you trying to do a
Right.
Jamaican accent?
This is what I want to tell.
Oh.
This is what I want to tell people. Should we get back to work? Don't we have work to do?
After that,
It's crazy.
yeah, I'm not gonna say my goals.
Okay. Are you more manifest type deal?
Yeah.
if you-
I'm manifesting a lot more because I realized that actually worked for me this year. Like saying something that I want and actually working for it. Or letting
Cool.
time take its course. Being able to accept the process. I'm not really good at that. I like to rush everything and get shit done. And I have to relax. So, moving probably out of New York is something that's really scary for me, but I see that happening.
You see jurors in your future? Hmm? Be close to the
Maybe.
sis?
Yeah, we're like the Golden Girls. Yeah.
Was only
Probably.
2 of you?
I said we're like the Golden Girls. I said we were.
We over on time. That's all I'm saying.
But we got it. It's fine.
But yeah, that's it. I want everyone to manifest great things in 2020. Even if you don't feel like you can actually achieve it, just manifest it and stay true to the course. And I don't know, just be better to yourself and people around you. That's all I got.
Word.
Yeah, just be a better friend to yourself and just stop ignoring red flags, regardless if it's work related, relationship related. Like, there's a lot of shit that people could avoid, and just for the sake of whatever reason, they could just continue to indulge. Don't indulge in no shit that's not going to benefit you.
Facts. And be disciplined. Be more disciplined to yourself. Like, really, like the same way you talk to your people on some, yo, you want some shit? Like,
You gotta be able to talk to your
oh, look, a
people
mirror.
like that too.
Like, say that same shit in the mirror, like, yo, you on some shit. You need to straighten the fuck up and get some shit done. And be real, like, diligent about it. Real, systematic. That's
It's the
something.
word. I know what
Yeah,
you're talking
yeah.
about because I couldn't figure it out
Be more
earlier.
deliberate.
But that one,
Be more deliberate.
That's it.
There
Fuck.
it is.
I couldn't think
Words.
of this whole episode. Shit, words with friends.
I play it. It's good stuff.
So
Keeps the brain fresh.
we won't hear from you guys until next year. So enjoy your new year. Happy New Year. Happy holiday. Drink, eat, fuck responsibly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
New Year's is around the corner. So
I already said I'm staying home, so don't think I'm coming to your baby shower.
Baby shower.
Baby shower. A lot of people had babies this year. A lot of people got engaged over the
Oh, yeah,
over the
congrats to
holidays. So
that.
congrats to
Congrats
everyone
to
who
everybody
got
got
engaged
engaged,
I
had
saw
babies.
over
photos.
last week. Yeah.
Especially some of our podcast fam. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Congrats to y'all.
And yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah,
We're gonna pop some champagne.
If y'all want to share your goals with us, you can. You don't have to. Probably won't. Who cares? But
Shut up. You know what?
it's
what
nice. It's
Steven
nice
said,
to
we
hear
have a
from
term?
people. You know what I mean? Let's fuck up 2020.
Yeah, and shout out to Bianca.
Shout out to B, gang, happy New Year to B and her fam.
Yes.
And
And everyone who has been strategic in the podcast with us. Culture for Steven. Sophisticated.
I'm like, where you going with this?
Thanks, Dubway. Hello. We
Dubway.
would not be here without
Yeah.
Dubway.
Violet.
Everybody.
Shout outs to V, shout outs to A, shout outs to N. No, no.
Everybody.
No,
What?
no. They know who they are. They
All
should.
right. The word is wrapping it up.
Quiet for that. That's what the word is.
So enjoy your new year and we'll talk to you later.
Word.
Bye bye.
Be safe.
All of that. Oh, my stomach. My acid reflux is like, hey sis.
Yeah, I'm fucking starving. I need to go.